So what have we got here today? If you've ever wanted to play a character centered around using special mechanical prosthetics, well... Welcome back to My Wife is DMC. I'm DMV and you're watching Husbando Homebrew, where we take pop culture pen and paper. If this is your first time here, and let's face it, it probably is, this is already the 5th episode of this show, and we've been going through quite a bit of homebrew content centered around the Devil May Cry franchise. This episode, we're going with DMC5 Nero with a subrace and a new fighter subclass. So, let's step aside, reload, and time to go to DMC5 Nero. Are you comfy at the table? Let's bring out the pen and paper and make you a new character. Imagine your character having a powerful demonic inheritance of a limb, milling about their day when your appendage suddenly shines. You try to confront this entity, and whether cordially or otherwise, your intentions are thrown by the wayside as the creature immediately rushes toward you and forces you to the ground. You look down to determine the damage and find a certain lack of weight. The pain shoots out as your mind finally connects a distinct lack of limb. So first, you gain an ASI of +1 to Constitution and Charisma from Demon Blood. You gain 2 traits that help against becoming frightened and prevent you from instantly becoming incompatible with living once. We discussed the Demon Blood race in the previous Nero episode, so check out the link in the top right corner over there for more details. In spite of your lost legacy, your confidence wavers little, and your audacious defense, coupled with a dash of overcompensating, allows you to keep up with even the best of devil hunters. Let's leave behind the racial traits for now, and come back to them later. For now, let's pen in some class feature details. You've been fighting for a while now, adjusting to this handicap, and with some grit and study, you figure out what can make you even better. Specialized mechanical prosthetics is the answer. So, you've reached 3rd level as a fighter. Time to take your subclass. For this homebrew, go ahead and take the Breaker archetype. The process was arduous, filled with trial and error, and you've worked with your Tinker's tool so much, you've become quite proficient in it. First, you fashion a special mechanical housing for your prosthetics, calling it a break chamber. You create a slot where your demonic inheritance used to be, and use it as a base to attach your prosthetics. To keep you competitive even without the replacement limb, you fashion a special weapon called a wire snatch to make sure you're always within hitting distance of an enemy. And as a finishing touch and a dash of magic, you manage to create a specialized extra dimensional space that can hold all your prosthetics. The Break Chamber and Tinker's Tool's proficiency are the first 2 features the subclass gives you. After all, we can't always have a tattooed waifu who shouldn't have a driver's license fixing our stuff for us. Now for the main meat of the archetype, Battle Breakers. You create 2 prototypes, the Overture, a prosthetic that can generate powerful bursts of electricity, and the Gerbera, which can produce forces that can propel or repel. You look upon them with pride and get excited at the prospect of creating new designs down the line. Alas, you are a fighter first and a tinkerer second. While the prosthetics do work with the special properties you designed, they are ultimately a little fragile and can become destroyed if you're not careful. So you make sure to give them a short recovery period in between uses. You work this weakness into the design and place a built-in function that outright destroy the prosthetic in exchange for greater effects. What a strange quirk, you might think. But given all of its intricacies, you settle on a name for these prosthetics and call them Battle Breakers. Testing them in the field, you realize that the damage is ultimately something you can fix after about an hour's worth of work, and your break chamber can quickly switch out between prosthetics as the need arises. However, in the previous scrap, you ultimately lost the Gerbera. You begrudgingly spend the necessary time, money, and material to fashion yourself a replacement. So now you've gotten your kit set up and you're ready to get in some XP and reach several levels in this character. You've been fighting for quite a while now, and you've gotten used to your battle breakers, quirks and all. You even learned a trick that allowed you to sacrifice your battle breaker to get away from an incoming hit. It may not be your favorite move, but it saved your hide in plenty of clutch moments. You've also learned to implement some risky but useful adjustments to your tinkering process whenever you repair a destroyed battle breaker. It's a wonder they don't disintegrate into ashes whenever you break them. You've been using this character for quite a bit now, and you finally reached 13th level. Let's get back to the racial traits part of your sheet and add some new stuff in there. You fought some hard battles, and been through some even tougher times. You're a hardened warrior now, so much so that few things ever faze you, until now. The creature that took your demonic inheritance has reappeared, but this time is different. You might have forgotten about retribution in the days, months, perhaps years since your last encounter, but they never left your thoughts. And now that they're within reach, you find out that you have an even deeper connection with this entity. And this same revelation fills you with a different kind of drive. A change in the intensity of your motivation to reach this individual. This same intensity transforms your power. A power that goes beyond demon and human. A power that is truly your own. Congrats on reaching 13th level. No class features here, just straight up late bloomer racial traits. Add in there the Transcendent Shroud and the Transcendent Devil Trigger. This power is amazing. Your lost limb regenerates, and you've learned how to magically transpose it between your real limb and your prosthetic. The wings are certainly a nice touch, and they even work just like your old demonic inheritance. They immediately feel like a natural extension of your body, as you easily will them to attack as you do, and use them to glide across vast distances. This power brings with it one more gift. An evolution of your old manifest power ability back in your younger days of brashness and aggression. A true transformation that taps into your transcendent power. Much like before, you're faster and your hits have a supernatural edge to them. Your wounds quickly heal as well, but what's new is that the wings now grant you the power of flight. And as if to show your enemies the extent of your power, this form can manifest a spectral facsimile of the weapon once housed in the demonic inheritance that you once held. Your journey into this campaign is soon coming to a close, and now we get to the final two features of the Breaker archetype. Go ahead and add this to your sheet: Product Care and Pride in Retribution. It's been an arduous journey, but you finally made it to the end. Your mastery with using your battle breakers has made them much less likely to break. You've also become so attuned to your prosthetics that you feel safer with the more intact battle breakers that you have. On the other hand, every destroyed battle breaker on your person empowers your blows with harsh retribution. Now that you've reached the capstone of your archetype, you should have 5 battle breakers in your inventory. Not a lot of players reach 18th level, but you've risen above many a challenge to get this far. You are now heading towards your final battle. Having reached incredible heights in power and peerless mastery of your tools, you are now ready and prepared to take on the ultimate challenge. So, how would you make your own breaker? Let me know in the comments below how you'd build the most broken breaker ever. If you enjoy our content, be sure to like and subscribe to get more. If you haven't already, check out the Dante subclass or check out the Husbando Homebrew playlist. Or you can take a look at the ongoing Gundam campaign. Thank you for being here and good job on making it to the end. This has been My Wife is DMC. I'm DMV and I'll see you in the next Husbando Homebrew.